I gotta be real quiet because it's late and everybody is asleep. Well, not everybody, but my cousin just went to bed, which is why I am doing a little video. I wish I could take a picture of how I got this camera propped up, child. It is on the stove and the candy jar thing, and the candy jar thing is another. This is the real dedication that you have to have. My cousin fixed me a little swig of something or another, and it's deliciosos. Mm-hmm. And yes, I will be indulging and enjoying my Saturday night because I just made me a healthy late night snack of Brussels sprouts, and I got the red potato. Again, y'all can see it on my story too. Because when you cooking for yourself every day, when you're trying to like do greens every day, you gotta be close to home, guys. You cannot have nothing to do that's gonna bring you outside for like more than 5 hours. Otherwise, it's back to Popeyes. And I'm trying to be like seriously like on hardcore, like not like I'm like not doing like specific things because I still like my coffee, but that's really what my reasoning is like because I love my coffee. I want to like not do chips, and in order to not do chips, I gotta like eat when I'm hungry, and when I'm hungry, I want to eat something good. Otherwise, it's just like Cheetos. Here you go, and then I'd be making this like avocado dip. And it's so good, but it's even better with like chips, with like the Tostitos, and I'd be trying to get like the unhealthy Tostito. I mean, not the unhealthy, but like the healthiest ones. But see, the Lord, there was a Lord. Did you see the word that the word that fell out my mouth? The unhealthy one, because they just not healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta stay away from the sodium. Anywho, I hope y'all are enjoying y'all weekend. I had such a good week with those dogs. I was dog sitting for these dogs. Only like, let me tell y'all something. Dog sitting is a service for the rich. Like, ain't nobody broke hiring no dog sitter to come sit in their house for a week and pay them to do that shit. So that is like exclusively for people that is doing it big. And when I be in these like extravagant homes, I be like, you know what? I be walking around the neighborhood. I be like, the Lord is gonna get me one of these Hollywood homes. I'm just declaring it on God, And then I be thinking to myself, I'm gonna have to bring my whole family with me because when I be in the house, like the first day I get in the house, I be like, this is the shit. Lord, you is gonna get me one of these. And then after that first 5 minutes, I be like, no. I need to be back at my family house because I need noise. I need kids popping up randomly. I need like birthday parties you didn't know about, and cakes being baked, and cousins yelling and screaming that some shit is not organized, and then your older cousin popping by with the spiritual lessons and checking on your soul, and recommendations for church, and checking out my videos, and making sure I'm still on the grind. Like, all of that shit comes at your family's house, at least at my family house. And even the life lessons come in my family house. Like, my cousin Gigi, her son is like a rapper. God, if anybody is an A&R out there, can y'all please look up Hector Santos, the most gorgeous, beautiful faced, humble brother that is a rapper and in school, and I'm talking about he is the next Drake. He is gonna get what he is after. But anyway, they was telling me they was gonna build a studio, and they are building their own studio right here in my cousin's house. And I was asking, I was like, oh, what are y'all missing? Just for like conversation's sake. And he was like, oh, we got everything. We just need to get the mic. And I was like, oh my God, in my storage, and my cousin Gigi interrupted me, and she was like, nah, she was like, let them work for it. She was like, because he is not going to appreciate it unless he work for it. And I'm talking about those life lessons. Like, I need to be at my family's house because, girl, let me tell you something. I specialize in babying a man. Do you hear me? If I like you and I think you like me back, I will do everything I can for you. Even my ex-husband was like, yo, you had me so spoiled, you know, because me and my ex-husband are still like friends. And I'm just so proud of that. I'm just like so proud of it, you know. Not that we don't have like our moments or whatever, but still, like, I'm just so proud that we like communicate, refer each other gigs. Like, it's just a shit, you know. But and then one day I was talking to him and he was like, yo, you had me so spoiled. I did not do shit. And I was feeling like I was like spoiling him at the time. But like, just to hear him say that, and it's like, you know, one thing about the women that are on my father's side of the family, they keep their men for like whatever man they commit to, honey. That man, they got the secret to keep it. I mean, they all are with their men 30 years, 20 years, 60 years. Like, even the younger ones, like, they just got the secret. Like, my mama's side, now let me tell you something, my mama's side, we gets married too, honey, because we all from the South. You got to marry us, but we is about to be married for 5 minutes, and that is it. And I think it's because too is we saw my grandfather take care of my grandmother, and we must go into that shit like because already, if I got to work this, already I'm already settling. But either way, my father's side, even when I was in New Orleans, my father's side, everywhere I went to, I was telling them about this dude that I had met in New York. Lord, and I don't regret it at all, girl, because that sex was just out of sight. But I had to drop his ass on his head because I just can't date a 43-year-old that is 16. But and also too, that's another thing about living with my family. I'd be like, you know, just living with my family, I'd be like, can I introduce him to my family? Like, if I cannot introduce you to my family, I'd be like, no, this is not long term, because I don't want you embarrassing me in front of a group full of women that have chosen correctly, you know, all down the line from the seniors to the people that's 20 years younger than me that had their man for 5 years. And I'm just like, okay, you know, but they were schooling me on letting the man work, and work for you. And you know, and it wasn't always like, when I first moved in with my family, it wasn't always like, you know, I felt like I was tiptoeing at first, and I wanted to be closer, and then, you know, I just really loved living here. But then I was just thinking I would get my own place, and you know, I remember having my own place. And in your own place, in my own place, I used to be so stressed out. Like, you know, if it wasn't the bill collectors calling about the rent, or, calling about the card note, and then the insurance is due, and then the rent, and try to make the rent on time. And then after I get through all that stress, and I'm like, where is my somebody for me at? And then I would always be choosing the wrong somebody, because I just wanted the warm body to like be laid up through all the stress. And, you know, I remember going on this sketch shoot at Daphne's house. Shout out to Daphne Springs. I love her so much. But the dude, MJ Harris, like, his ad is MJ Harris Speaks. So y'all got to follow him, MJ Harris Speaks. And I was telling him about, you know, we always talking about, like, when are we going to meet our somebody? And me and him had this side conversation. And that's my whole point of the video, is he was just like, you know, you're really not longing for a somebody. You're really longing for those connections with the people that actually love you and that are actually assigned to you as your family. You're really longing to restore them. I remember leaving there like, you know what, Lord, I do want to feel restored. I do want to, like, I love being with my family. I pray. My best friend just told me today, she was like, girl, it just seemed like you just be so happy at your family house. And I just do, you know, like, you know, it's late night, I'm cooking, my younger cousins, they gave me something to drink. You know, I used to be outside. I wasn't smoking weed with them, but like, you know, everybody like cheating when they want to. It's just so cool. And like, that actual connection has now made me also to connect to people that are similar, like my family, and weed out the people that are not like them, because I was longing for that connection.